Innocence Torn Band Chat.
With your hostess, lead vocalist for Innocence Torn. That's me, I'm Bonnie Freeman, and it is 8 o'clock, and it's time to go backstage into that green room, have ourselves a band chat tonight, guys. We've got a very special guest, Dug Cox. Grab a cold one, let's go!
Hey, this is Amy from Eden on Fire, and you're watching Band Chat.
Hey, I am Bonnie Freeman, your host for Band Chat. Ladies and gentlemen, we are bringing you a whole new podcast today. I can't believe it. Guys, we've got Dug Cox. Everybody put it up for the man. Woo! Hey, Doug, how are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. Things are going really well. Did receive a little bit of disappointing news just probably 5 minutes ago.
Oh!
Our December 12th show is canceled.
Oh, no.
The venue, Georgie's, has decided to close their doors.
So, I just got this news like literally 10 minutes ago. Georgie's has decided to close its doors. But let's speak about that because this has nothing to do with the booking agent. Is that correct?
Correct.
This literally has to do with like family values.
Yeah, it was a business decision, on their behalf, and we wish them well in whatever their next venture is.
I'm going to tell you that their bartender was literally my favorite dude on the planet, the Mexican guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what his name is, but I'm telling you, that's the best customer service, the best. He cared about my kids. He cared about me. My son fell asleep on the floor during our show, so he's like at the point like 2. Fell asleep on the floor on his sister's lap, and he made sure that my daughter got whatever she wanted for taking care of her brother like that. Like, those were down home, good folks.
Absolutely.
But we do know that wasn't because of the booking agent, right?
No, it had nothing to do with any of the entertainment or anything like that.
Doug, I've heard your name. You have been a friend of mine on Facebook for an awful long time.
Yeah, years now, huh?
Years.
And this is the first time we've seen each other face to face.
Do we want to talk about that?
Sure. I'm an open book. I'm good.
Me too. I'm pretty sure I was not probably in my right mind. Maybe not. Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, good for me. Okay, so you've been doing music for an awful long time.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell everyone who doesn't know who you are?
There are people who don't know.
Camus, clearly you're Washington State, right?
Yes.
So why don't you tell everybody who isn't in Washington State who you are, what you do, and why I brought you on the show? Because it's important.
So currently, I front a band called Dug Cox and Smoke Wagon. It's a country rock band. We do. I'm a singer-songwriter also, so we do a lot of originals. We do some covers. All the classic Southern rock and country rock covers.
Anything that I might know.
We do some Eagles.
Yes.
We do some Blake Shelton.
Oh.
Some Travis Tritt, some Dwight Yoakam. Alan Jackson. We do all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
But on the rock end, we equally do, Cheap Trick and, all that kind of stuff.
I mean, I have to be honest, like, you're Gen X, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so I'm speaking my people here.
Yes.
So I don't really find a whole massive difference between the artists that you just described to me, because people like Cheap Trick, Great White, we're talking Led Zeppelin. They all had a lot of bluesy country influences that really impacted like everything we listened to, from Poison to Dangerous Toys had a sense of blues and country in it.
Yeah. Well, they were great.
For anybody to judge that now, I'm like, wow, Gen X.
Yeah, Dangerous Toys was a great Texas rock band.
You know Dangerous Toys?
Of course. I'm an 80s kid.
Okay, now you're all of a sudden my new best friend, bro. Dangerous Toys was one of my favorite bands ever.
Okay.
There was just something really raw, like
Yes.
as I mentioned, Great White. Rat did it. I think that there are a lot in Bandland as well as like say Lynch Mob that had that
let me clear the waters here. So to this day, I mean, here we're 2025, right? In rotation of my listening habits is all three Badlands records. Yeah, fantastic. I still listen to the first Lynch Mob albums. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
But I mean, let's face it. Like those of us who were Gen X were kind of really into that whole genre. Well, actually, it started out we didn't have a genre because we were listening to like Run DMC, Michael Jackson, Wham, and Metallica all on the same fucking playlist. Like we didn't have genres. But when you look, you know, at the bands I've just listened to you, it kind of makes a lot of sense that a man like you would choose that. And that's because these were shit that you could like feel. It was very bluesy, very country.
Yeah. See, it's funny though, because it's like people's minds get blown when I say, you know, back then I was equally listening to Public Enemy as much as, you know, Bon Jovi, you know. Yeah, because it was all good. You know, it was all cool.
It was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that gave you all the influence on the planet to become the person that you have. So why did you choose yours? What?
Well, interestingly enough, I started out as a bass player. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, I started playing when I was 15. And, about 17, 18, 19 years old, I had buddies who ran blues jams, like at the Cascade Tavern and stuff.
How fun.
And they would sneak me in, and they would throw me up there, trial by fire, you know, to play with all the Portland blues greats. And it was sink or swim. And that's how I learned. That's how I cut my teeth.
And you know what? There's been some cool-ass blues bands running through Portland. Back when I was growing up, and you know what? None of them are coming to mind, but I do remember like other bands being influenced who actually got signed. You know, like Keith Sweat. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he was a little bit more like I don't know, danceable R&B.
Yeah, a little more R&B.
But he had that same vibe. He had that very cool bluesy vibe.
Absolutely.
You know, Portland, Oregon, growing up was like one of the meccas that never got seen.
Well, true. You know, I mean, a handful of bands came out of there, you know.
Like LA, like LA's, I think, and Ex-Piracy. I couldn't believe that Chemical Annihilation didn't. That made sense to me.
You know, I mean, even
Arrogance.
Right. Well, even earlier than them, you know, like Dan Reed Network was. Yeah, they were really big. You know, they did quite a bit, and of course, you know, more towards the '90s, Everclear.
Well, and Craig Montoya happens to be, you know, a decent friend of mine. Like, we talk. I know, like, he's the most personal individual.
Oh yeah,
I've ever met. You know.
Yeah.
And what's cool about him is he just his reinvention of self over and over again. His amazing wife, and then two like. Looking on as they praise everything that old school band did. I mean, I think he just gets it.
What's really nice is that Craig is he recognizes how blessed he is, and he's extremely thankful for that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
all wrapped up in a really like super cute, like just sweet, beautiful individual. You know, who really I think he's just one of the very rare few little angels that came out of the music industry that isn't jaded about everything and just gives it to everybody. It's amazing.
Right, exactly. You know, I mean, back in the early 2000s, I played bass and sang in the Erotic Politicians.
Okay.
And Craig would regularly come to our shows. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, besides everybody else, what about you? Like, tell me about your new jam, what you're up to, and all about what's happening with you right now.
Okay, so and this has been going on. I started doing this country rock thing and songwriting right around 2018, and I put together a band, and we did a couple of shows like at Billy Blues and a couple other places.
You know, I've never played Billy Blues.
It's an amazing venue. It's probably
I've never even asked to play it. It's just kind of, I don't know, like one of those that I missed out on.
Yeah, it's a good venue. It's a really good venue.
I've actually never been there. James has, though.
Yeah. So 2018, I put together a band, and like I said, we did a couple of shows, and it was actually going pretty well. And then I had my dad passed away, so I had to pull the plug on the band and deal with that, estate stuff and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, COVID hit. So, and that, that brought everything to a screeching halt. Yeah. So
every goddamn thing.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean, you got your card, Doug?
It might still be in my wallet. I don't know.
Yeah, mine too. I can't say it's valid, but I got one.
That's awesome. So then, once like 2021 came around, we got kind of past the quarantining and all that kind of stuff. I figured, I looked at what my bandmates were doing, and they were all in other projects and things like that.
Aren't they all?
Yeah.
Isn't that just like they're like? I swear to God, the Pacific Northwest is the most incestual fucking band happenings on the planet. Like
that's why I don't like doing that.
Have you met my bass player, Chichai? That dude's fucking like 8 bands. I swear to God.
Didn't he used to run sound?
No. He might have done something. Because he's really smart in that, but I don't know that he actually did. No,
I know we're friends on Facebook, but I don't know that we've met in person.
This guy's like in like 10 bands, and it could go anywhere from classic to blues to metal to death.
Right.
Like, he's crazy, our bass player. See, I get it.
I do not have the faculties to be able to do that. I can focus on one project.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I remember the lyrics, bro. That's my job.
Right. Exactly. So, 2021 came around, and all my bandmates were, in other projects now. So, I wasn't going to ruin that. So I decided I'm going to go into the studio, and I used all, studio musicians and, really concentrated on how country can I make it and how radio friendly I can. That was the goal. Those were the parameters. Yeah. And I did 4 tracks. Sent them out to radio stations and stuff like that. And I actually ended up having 3 #1 hits in Australia on their independent artist charts, which was amazing.
Oh, so you advocated for yourself. You shopped yourself.
Yeah. Well, trust me, it's trial and error. Because I didn't know what I was doing.
Well, I'm going to tell you that that's one of the things that I want to talk about the most on Band Chat is shopping yourself. Yeah. Like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and when a management company says they're shopping you, what does that look like?
Right, exactly. And what was interesting was, what I found out was, unless you have representation, you're kind of screwed when it comes to actual airplay in the.
You listening, people? Hold on.
Yeah.
What did you just say? Say that again.
What I learned was, if you don't have representation, you're pretty screwed when it comes to getting airplay.
It's called you're non-solicited.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but what, and that's all FCC regulated and all that kind of stuff. So, but what I figured out was the FCC doesn't exist outside of the United States.
Ooh, say that again. What?
the FCC does not exist outside of the United States.
Oh,
so I went and approached stations outside of the United States, and that's where I started. Well,
I mean, I can't imagine how Innocence Torn is known in Germany, France, like UK, exactly. China.
And that's how, because you can get airplay.
And in Sweden, they actually the government pays their artists to go out and play shows because it is considered an art form. You don't believe me? Go back to our other podcast with Andy Lush from Smoking Snakes. He'll tell you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would advocate for bands who are looking for that kind of thing is definitely register your material with BMI. It's free, for to have an account there, and that way, if you do end up getting airplay, there is the possibility that you can get compensated for that.
Are y'all listening?
Yeah.
This is what Band Chat. This is one of the conversations that Band Chat was striving to get. Was really as an independent artist, because believe me, we just got off of big management that did absolutely nothing for us, literally nothing.
Yeah.
I got a couple of airplays that I could have gotten myself, you know what I'm saying? And I've gotten way more on my own. I do have a new management company that has come in and is just a busted ass. Like every single day is doing something beyond my expectation of what that should look like. That's because this time I chose wisely, but I'm still independent, which means that everything that happens has to be up to me, and it's got to be my integrity to get it there. It's got to be my effort to get it there. They're just not going to listen because,
Well, that's been my my little mantra to myself. It's like, if I'm not willing to bust my ass and promote what I do, nobody else is going to do it for me. Not on the levels that I will do it. And, so like if I put out an album, I make a CD or whatever, do I want it to be out there and am I willing to do the work to get it out there, or is it just going to be stocking stuffers for Christmas?
Thank you. Because at the end of the day, who the fuck gives a shit about you more than you?
Exactly.
So, when it comes down to me getting signed, I've had, 7 labels in front of me recently, and we're turning them all down. The money, I need the money.
Well, yeah.
Without the money, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to, get the next 6 levels that I'm going, but can I produce a product under that circumstance for that kind of money and still come out ahead? I don't think we can, and I don't want to wind up having a half-ass fucking beat to suffice somebody else for that kind of money. I would rather have it authentically, I think.
Right. I learned back in my erotic politician days.
Oh, erotic politician! Some of you guys might remember that.
Yeah, back in the early 2000s. I was in that band for 10 years. But we had a couple of record deals. One with, trying to think, what was that? Empire Records, and another with Arrest Records. And, but we really sat down and looked over it, and, we had been used to making our own CDs and, putting together the packets and all that kind of stuff. And so we had it down to a dollar amount. How cheap could we make it? We had a specific dollar amount. And if you couldn't beat that, what was the point?
Again, listen, people, I get it.
Yeah. So what's
changing you? What's changing you? Because clearly, you're still somewhat independent, but obviously you're doing something right. You're getting out there in charge.
Well, I've been playing since I was 15, and I'm in my 50s now. So
aren't we all?
I've learned a lot. It's a
Same
trial
with
and error.
10X, bro.
Yeah,
You don't actually
yeah.
see that,
Trial and error goes a long ways.
right? So what are you up
Trust
to
me,
now?
trust me. Yeah, we've all made big mistakes.
With the things that you're learning in this industry, everything you brought up to me, now, even though you listen to all the same music I did, you wound up in country, and then you had to learn some shit along the way.
I'll tell you.
How'd you get here?
Yeah. How did I get there? Interestingly enough, okay, so two sides of the same coin, basically. So again, 80s kid listening to rap and hard rock and all that kind of stuff. And,
Wham!
you
did.
In the 90s, I was in a touring band called Simple Souls with Tim Wanamaker and a bunch of other guys. We did the college,
No, really?
all the rock stuff.
Okay.
All the rock stuff, but I was raised on country. My dad was from Oklahoma. My mom was from Ellensburg, which is a big rodeo town in Washington. I was raised in country, but of course, as a teenager, you go, well, I'm not listening to that. That's my folks' music, So I got,
I'm listening to Mama and Papa's now.
Exactly, So yeah, so I'm half Okie,
I agree.
And so on that aspect, it was a bit like returning to my roots.
Yeah.
But it was also calculated because after playing original rock for 35 years, I thought, so what am I going to do next? And I came to the realization.
Well, for me at that age, I'm like, how am I going to find me? Like, where am I?
Exactly.
Where am I going?
Right.
I get it.
Yeah. So I basically, I made the calculated decision to switch to a more country vibe and a southern vibe. Because typically what happens with guitar players and bass players and stuff who play rock, when they reach a certain age,
I'm not laughing.
Yeah. Laughing. When they reach a certain age, they go, I'm going to become a blues player.
I'm sorry. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I'm not wrong.
I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because of the irony.
And unfortunately, Portland has more than enough blues players. It's like, and they're amazing. So I made the decision of, you know what? I'm going to go back to my roots. I'm going to, instead of doing this blues thing, which I already played when I was, a teenager, I'm going to go back to my roots and start doing more country rock, southern rock, and that kind of thing. And that's all where it came from,
I kind of love that because I think I wanted to be a death metal singer. Honestly, like that was my vibe. And then I found out I was an 80s kid and was like, oh shit. Like I could probably sing Jenny Lane as just as good as King. And it became my vibe, I didn't set out this way. It's just how I wound up. But now that you're doing it, doesn't it feel good to be fucking you, like to be authentically musician wise? Like,
and so, and I know because I've seen your posts and stuff like that. As well as I do that when it comes to original music, if you phone it in, if you're just going through the motions and you're not sincere and truthful, the audience knows in a heartbeat.
They do, and they call you out on it apparently.
Yeah. So I just try to keep it as truthful as possible. I try to do that in my songwriting, in our stage show, that, and honestly, it seems to be paying off.
So what do you got going on right now, and what's coming up in the future?
Let's see. Well, I'm booking 2026 right now, and surprisingly, I'm already booked into now. There are some gaps here and there, but I'm already booked into October.
Sorry, I was trying to peek into your notebook here.
Yeah, I don't have any of 2026 listed yet, but we're doing a benefit show in January. I believe it's January 10th, at Brickhouse with Kill the Headlights.
That's in Vancouver?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Vancouver, Washington people.
Yeah.
Those of you across the world that are watching.
Yeah, we're doing a benefit show,
United States.
which is vitally important, in my opinion, for music education.
Well, you know what? And the Brick House actually is not too shabby of a venue. I think that if they really put themselves out there, they might be able to get some attention now that Georgie's has decided to close.
Right.
Don't you have like something coming out very soon?
Let's see. What have I got?
Like, I don't even.
Yeah. There's so. I mean, they're honestly, it's like we've got so many irons in the fire. You know, we've been.
I do too. Yeah, I get it.
You know, we just did a logo update and released all that. Which, by the way, it looks amazing.
I haven't seen your new logo, but I'm telling you, new marketing of any kind. I do all of our marketing.
Yeah.
Well, up until I got this new management company, but dude, all the time it takes me, I started like getting off work and clocking in to the house, being like, you know. So I had a little sign outside that said, it's right behind me. It says on air, mic live.
Yeah.
So that people would realize that I'm like podcasting if I'm not working, and then I'm editing if I'm not doing that, or I'm in the studio if I'm not doing that, or I practice 3 times a week, or I'm trying to be a mom. This 3-year-old, like catching up with life and then trying to do this is a lot of work.
It is. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it literally is nonstop. I mean, there are moments where you have some downtime, you know, and that's when you catch up on your reading or your TV.
Oh, and that is not a pretty day. For me,
yeah, right.
I am like hair straight up in a bun, all in sweats, no makeup. Like I am not a pretty girl. Poor Jane, that's so bad for him.
Yeah, especially this time of year, you know. So
oh my god,
Christmas and
I had to make like pork chili the other day just to get anybody off the couch. Like Biden said it was dinner time. That's the downtime, however, that I need really bad.
Right.
In my life, because my whole life and my year is insane. Like, it's not just the promoting and the, I create all our videos, or I'm working with a video team, or I'm in studio or writing, or practice 3 times a week, and all these other things that I do. How do you, like, I don't know about you, I have to find time for me. How do you get your mental straight while you're like, what's your tactic for trying to, like, not be an alcoholic, you know? And but at the same time, too, keep having a positive attitude when so many things are really negative about it.
Right. Yeah. Well, I learned a long time ago that for me, the drinking, I can't play when I'm drinking. So I was able.
I can't drink while I'm playing.
I was able to, curtail that a bit. You know,
I can't drink while I'm playing, so I get you, bro.
Yeah. I mean, if I have too much at a show, I'm worthless. And,
Same.
Yeah. So
any other time either. Awesome. No, I completely.
Yeah.
But it's a real thing. I mean,
it is.
You think about it.
I marvel at the guys who can do that. It's like, how do you do that?
How Molly Crew ever got through life, bro? I'm really jealous of that shit.
Yeah. So as far as what we've got going on, I mean, I'm just really, booking. We're this next year we're going to be doing some winery gigs, some vineyard gigs. See how that goes.
Are you signed to a management team that somebody would need to contact in order to book?
Nope, it's all me, man. It's all me. I do it all. Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, people, like, you clearly see his personality. You have to see his music. This man is absolutely amazing. His band's amazing. I'm going to put his own personal link in the description below, so you need to go and follow and share. But if you are considering a management team, we got a few that might be watching.
Well, yeah, like I said, if they can make it worth it, if they're going to work, then I'll talk to them. I got no qualms about, sharing some of the load because, there's a lot of work to be done.
What's your biggest goal here? Like, what do you want to achieve in the next year? What do you like?
This next,
if you could put your hand on your career right now and say, "This is the fucking career that I'm fighting for," what does that look like for you?
Well, so this year, when I got
2026, you mean?
2025. So this
okay.
year, when I got the band, the lineup finally put together, we started gigging in February. We have done about 35 gigs since then. That's including like acoustic duos and trios and solos and stuff like that.
I mean, that's not like a little.
Yeah, that's. I mean, so this year we're working on doing even more, doing a lot more. Like when we hit like spring and summer, it's full on, fair and festival modes and all that kind of stuff.
Okay,
so we're playing, almost every week, and we're looking at doing even more of that. Because normally, like we'll play the Clark County Fair, we play Cowlitz County.
This is the Clark County Fair.
What's that?
You play Clark County Fair here in Vancouver?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny. I was your security.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually worked for the security team.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
For the show.
The whole staff at Clark County is amazing.
We you know what? Coast is a badass fucking team of people. I will agree.
Yeah, they really, really are. Yeah.
Believe me, when you're standing on concrete that's 112 degrees all day long, and you still have a good camaraderie with people you work with, those are good people.
Yes, they are. Absolutely. But yeah, so we played, like I said, Clark, Cowlitz, Wakayakum, played up in Stevenson this year. Forest Grove in Oregon. So we're looking at expanding that out. Like I'm looking for some shows in like Salem and Eugene and Springfield, and expanding to like the Washington State Fair and the Oregon State Fair. Just keep pushing it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fairs are a lot of fun. We played Orange County Fair last year. And then left the Orange County Fair and played Whiskey a Go-Go. And the trip about that was, I get to the fair and they tell us that James has to, because he's not wearing a shirt, he's just wearing a vest, right? No shirt. They're like, no, you're going to have to put a shirt on. And by the way, you can't cuss on stage.
Yeah, well.
So there I am. They did not say that in like the whole program of like.
It wasn't in the contract?
So no, I had to make some shit up on the stage. It was fun. Fun. So, we've only got about 5 minutes left, so I want you to tell everybody.
Are you serious? It's been really?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
We can do a part 2. Do you want to do a part 2?
Absolutely, I do.
No, I don't think
we barely scratched the surface.
I know. But a half hour goes a long way, and I try to fit a lot in a half hour. It's hard to do that when you really like people that you're talking to.
Right. So we definitely just need to hang out.
No, that's what has to happen. So this is what I'm going to do. I will do a part 2.
Okay.
We have 4 minutes, 50 seconds. I'll cut all of this out of the actual podcast. As soon as we jump off, it's like a 15-minute wait.
Okay.
And then we can jump back on. So I'll give you an immediate link.
Okay.
It's Dug Cox at something, email or some shit.
Yeah, dug.r.cox.
Can you text that to my PM that to my, or send it to innocentscorn@gmail.com?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I understand you guys might have like a release coming out soon.
Well, funny thing is, I did those 4 singles and sent them out to radio stations and stuff. But I've not really publicly released them. So yeah, I'm working on that.
So what's preventing you from publicly releasing anything? What do we got to do to make that happen?
Well, oddly enough, I'm looking for a company who can really provide sync services. I really want to look at getting into film and television, music. So that's the big thing that I'm looking for, is somebody who can really provide.
Oh, Ross Punjabi. I know you're listening, bro. You might want to hear that.
Yeah.
I have a good friend in the industry. That might be able to. Anyway.
Yeah.
Or not.
I know, like CD Baby provides some services for that. So I'm looking into that. But yeah, that's the big thing.
Well, you do know that Craig Montoya from your Everclear was actually the vice president for CD Baby.
Yep.
And they're kind of close right now. So.
Right. Well, and I don't know if he still works there, but Brian McGroovy, he was the guitar player in Triple Swift, and
really,
he headed up the children's music division.
Yeah, I mean, I know they have different divisions. I really don't know how that really broke down. Unfortunately, I do not have the education on CD Baby that a girl should have. That's because I went a different direction.
Right.
There are amazing distribution companies, and one of which I'd like to admit is Vaughn Artists.
Oh yeah, Larry and Monty. Yeah.
Larry and Monty.
Yeah.
They know their shit.
Oh yeah, they do. It's funny, whenever I have a question, and again, I've been doing this now for like 40 years. Whenever I have a question, I ask Larry, and I call Larry. He's my musical Yoda.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying. I don't think the man wants to pick me up, but he has like the best advice.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just so fucking cool about okay, so you're not my thing right now, but this is what I think. I fucking love him.
Yes, Larry's pretty awesome.
He's the most true.
I send him like when people send me contracts, and I'm going, I don't know about this. I'll talk to Larry about it, and he's like, send me a copy of it. I'll look over it. And usually, he's so honest about it. He goes, yeah, this is complete crap. You don't want to mess with this.
But you know what? It is so few far in between that you get any honesty in this fucking industry to have somebody like him. I don't even think that he realizes how impactful his advice is. I have listened to every last fucking thing that man has said, and he has not been wrong once.
Right, exactly.
And then when he tells me that, my master's was off, now I'm sending him.
Really?
He did. He sent my last one that's coming out on Christmas Eve. Yeah. He got one of the original masters of it and was like, there's something wrong with this. You should fix this. I like the song. He's still not picking me. But
same here. But it's it's not what you do and what I do isn't his thing. And that's totally cool.
It's just that he's just that willing to. I don't even know. Be that supportive.
Yeah.
Or
they both are. My previous.
So I know you've got some things coming up here really soon. What's going on in your future?
Let's see here. I've been doing a lot of songwriting, so hopefully sometime in the beginning of the year we'll be getting back into the studio and cutting at least 2 singles.
What studio do you guys use? You know what I mean?
Right now, I've been using all my studio stuff has been through Vic Cericio.
Okay.
He's been co-producing them with me, and he's super talented. He plays in 4 or 5 bands. He has his own studio. He teaches. He runs sound at Billy Blues. I mean, he's all over the place.
Oh, okay. So he's local.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really, really cool.
His studio, if you know Vancouver, his studio is just off of Grand.
Oh, okay. I am. It's really funny. I've lived here, on and off for years, but I still find myself really intrigued by how many people I know in the industry actually work in the industry too.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, of all the trials and tribulations, why do you keep doing this? What's your motivation? Like, why?
What else would I do?
This is so hard. And, we've got a shipboard industry that's not exactly always on our side. And, there's a lot of ups and downs. There's some really great triumphs. And then there's some really big letdowns. Like, how do you allow yourself both sides of that and stay cool about it?
Well, for me, it's, I kind of have to do it. It's like, my ex-wife, she used to tell me, like, when I was in between bands, I mean, I would drive her absolutely crazy. It's like, she'd be like, go out and join a band. It's like, you're bugging me. So, I mean, I just
heard that from other wives. Like, just tell out of my face, go join a band.
Yeah, go join a band. But it's just something. It's like I've always done it. Like I said, I started playing when I was 15. I'm 56 now, and I have never stopped. And I wouldn't know what to do otherwise.
And that's the truth. Like, if I wasn't bitching about having to do band practice again this week, 'cause I'm fucking tired. Like, God, if I wasn't bitching about that, I don't know what else I'd be bitching about. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of everything, and you get so overwhelmed by it.
Yeah.
You get tired. And then they're like, don't stop, let's go. And you're like, why? Why am I doing this?
Well,
and if that's like the worst thing I have to bitch about in life, I'm not too sure that I'm on the wrong path,
Right. Yeah.
It's hard.
I just look at it as, when it's no longer fun, then I'll stop.
Okay.
It's like, if it becomes work in a bad way, then it's time for me to move on.
Well, I mean, I should ask this question more often. I have like these standard questions, but then I go up,
right.
Especially during how the conversation, like we just did with the 80s, like it wasn't on my point, but it's authentic, right?
Right.
So I guess I have to ask you, being that I see a lot of bullshit in the industry right now, like, how do you deal with any negativity that comes your way regarding your craft? Being from where we grew up, which we never did that to one another before.
Right, back in the day.
And now it's a thing.
I will say that generally, because I was more in the rock scene, say, from the 90s, up until 2018, let's just say that. And it has changed a lot.
The scene has, for sure.
Yeah, it has changed. The scene has changed tremendously. I don't know that it's exactly healthy right now.
It's not healthy. No, it is not a healthy community. I think everybody's really struggling, and the music is really, venues are closing, as we just spoke about.
Yeah, I always go back.
Down.
Yeah. I always go back to when talking about venues closing. Venues come.
There are a lot.
They come and go a lot. Some will close, new ones will open. You just got.
I've thought about it myself. Wouldn't it be cool to get you and like your 10 best pals in the industry and own a venue? But I don't know if I want that responsibility either.
Oh God, no. I mean, as cool as it sounds, it's like that's a lot more work
than being a musician. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. I'd rather play for somebody else. I don't need that kind of responsibility.
Well, I mean, with that going to see, like, if you can improve anything,
right? I don't
like,
know.
What would you contribute any time to improving this industry? How would you do that?
I feel like there needs to be a lot more support between bands. Between musicians. I mean, back in the 90s, it was, let's do this together, let's do that together, let's put let's put this show together here. There was a lot of camaraderie, and I don't necessarily see that these days. But to be fair, I'm also not in those trenches anymore.
I mean, no, I mean, I get that, but I mean, I think music is really universal, whether you're country or rock or blues or jazz. I mean, there's always the same negativity and it's always the same positivity.
Right.
Portland, our general area got into clubs for a while and they're out of it. And the best part was they supported a little bit of everybody along that way. And then you've got like a specific group of people who don't want to support people. They're trying to cancel everybody out, which I think is a fucking joke.
Right. Which is why
it's a joke.
It is. And
you don't subscribe to me, bitch. You can't cancel me like I'm a subscription to your app.
Right.
Fuck you.
Right. Which is why I learned there's actually a biblical statement, from Jesus, saying that you can't preach in your own backyard because people know you and they won't.
You know what that actually means in our day?
Yeah.
Stay in your fucking lane.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that but it's true because everybody has a preconceived idea of who Bonnie is or who Doug is,
right?
And so it's really difficult to do something in your immediate area.
So, I mean, for you, like, what combines our genres? Like, as we said when we grew up, we didn't really see genres that way. We all pretty much listened to everything,
right?
And now there's like good country and not so great country, and I know,
right?
Believe me, I got my opinions there. What do you think is the
No, I agree. I totally agree.
I mean, there's a few. I'm like, God, I swear to God, my manager plays this one more time, I'm quitting my job. That kind of thing.
Right. But that's in all genres of music.
I'm sure when he listens to my music, he's like, my God, what the fuck did I hire?
Right.
So, but what do you think is the biggest difference? I mean, so what? We're different genres, right?
Right.
Music industry is music industry. What do you think is so different between us?
Well, that's why, some of the like festival events where, either they have like it's a multi-day event and they have specific genres per day, or just one event and it's different genres throughout the day. Those are cool events, because you're exposed to something that you might not necessarily have heard, and that's really cool.
Yeah, I've played with so many different kind of bands. It's been crazy. People really do that. Why would you do that? Right. Why should I subject myself to one subject?
Well, yeah, and honestly, it's like that. To me, that changed more lately.
I think same.
Because like in the 2000s, we used to play a club that's no longer there in Vancouver, the Arnada Cafe, and we were there. We played there all the time, and it didn't matter who we were playing with. I mean, one day it would be a death metal band, another day it would be, something else. I mean, it didn't matter. It's like it all went together.
Dude, I love playing like I played with punk, I've played with like Souls More Thin. I've played with Glen Cannon. I've played with Splinter Throne. Like I played with Warrant, Winger, OTEP, and fucking Saliva, and Laura Bryna, who, by the way, is for a country girl.
Yeah,
that is the most rock and roll country girl I have ever met in my entire life. Absolutely gorgeous. Shorter than me. She's shorter than me. I'm 4'11". I did not think that was possible. The cutest thing you've ever seen, and literally go on stage and just the rock star. Laura Bryna is for me, rock star of what it's like for country.
That's cool.
And I never thought we'd cross genres that way, but she's got a way about her that is very poised in the way we're used to see 80s, 90s bands. that show performance, that look, but all country, that girl.
Well, I mean, to be honest, it's like, especially modern country, which I'm not saying that I'm modern country, because.
Well, I mean, now that you've said it, let me interrupt you.
Yeah.
So there's old school. I loved Alabama, like, I love Dolly Parton. I love that. What is it called? The bar. That one will come to me. It was a mom and daughter. They were the bar.
The Judds.
Not the Judds. Came out before the Judds. They had their own TV show back when I was growing up. My Osmond, like, what is it? What is his name? Donny Osmond? Donny and Osmond? Okay.
Yeah.
No, they had their own variety show. Well, so did they. They were the bar or something or other.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
God damn it. If my phone was, like, turned on, it's they had their own variety shows on TV. But the cool thing about them is that they had grace and elegance, which is something that, country music has always had. The reason I like Laura Bryna is she just brought out a total. She looks like a metal star, acts like a metal star. Her voice is metal.
Right.
She just loves to sing country. And it works for her,
it's funny, because speaking of those type of singers, and a lot of the country singers out there now, the modern country singers, I mean, in some way you feel like, the record label said, okay, you can really sing, but this rock thing's not really working for you. So let's make you a country artist, and there's a lot of singing like they're in boy bands or, those type of, and, well, but it's true, I mean, not, and nothing, I mean, they're great singers. But that's the way it feels at times. I don't subscribe to that. That's not my thing. But what's funny is, I mean, I did have some criticism when I started putting out some of my singles. It's like, some people, I had a few people, and they weren't here locally or anything, but, it's like, they were complaining about my vocals. And, because I didn't sound like these people, on American Idol or, and I had just said, I commented and I says, well, that I understand where you're coming from, but that's not my audience. That's not who I'm
I got a bunch of shit recently, and I think I'm probably going to put this out before some others, but I got some shit recently because of my numbers online when I said we knew there was something wrong with our numbers. We're not trying to, like, put ourselves out bigger than what we are. And yeah, we had good management. Yes, they did a lot of promoting. Yes, we put a lot of money into it, but we didn't buy our own. We're not even sure how to do that, right?
Right.
And so I got called out by a lot of people, but I was also like, wait a minute. So the rest of our numbers across the board, we had enough money to do that too. Like, I didn't even know. At the end of the day, this is what it wound up to be. People really shit on us because we were on the next level of success, which we're still on the bottom level of this, ladder.
Right.
They judged on a bunch of shit they shouldn't have. And at the end of the day, thought that we were like one of the worst bands in town when we had, like, none of these people had a bunch of awards like we do. And I'm not saying that to be conceited. I know I earned every ounce of that. I earned every ounce of that, for God.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I was like, if you don't like my band, I literally said this. I not only will still support yours, but I'm going to tell you that there's 1,000 more other fucking local bands out there that you could support. Instead of, putting my band down because all you're doing is making me famous. But I appreciate you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I had an experience a while back where there was some drama going on in the music scene in the area, and I made my opinion known about it.
And watch what happens. See, this negative shit. Wait a minute. This is what's funny. Is that negative shit can go out, and you do your best to try to Wonder Woman that shit, or He-Man, whatever you can do.
Right.
You say the right thing. You go and defend yourself, and guess who is in trouble at the end of the day for speaking their mind?
What was funny though was that in the end, the people that were attacking drew so much attention to me and my band that our likes and our follows and stuff went through the roof. That's the way that so,
I mean, not only does it go through the roof, but then all of a sudden everybody else wants to chime in about how right you are and then all of a sudden you start seeing how supported you are. And the funny thing about that is this cancel culture bullshit. Like, who in the absolute fuck are you?
Right.
At all. See, social media didn't exist back 20 years ago, and we could have given a fuck then, and we're not going to give a fuck now. Like, no matter what negative press you get, I think it's really interesting that it's only when you're doing well.
Right.
When you're sitting at home and doing shit, but you just got off a high or something, all of a sudden, like this negative motherfucker.
Yeah, and it's a
what are you doing?
Yeah,
so what are you doing?
Yeah, it's
my generation.
I just took the stance of what. When it comes to the scene and all that kind of stuff, it's like, you guys do whatever you're going to do. I'm going to do my thing. And if I fail, hey, that's on me. But so far it's working, Well,
I mean, and I think there's a lot to be said about us musicians who don't put our fucking religious and, political views in front of music. Or our opinion about other bands. Like, we're not dicks, dude. Like, we're not going to go put down your band deliberately online or call you guys out, because that's just not the generation we are.
Right.
We actually can agree with you and disagree. We're going to go to a party that we constructed with our people, and we'll talk shit about you then. We don't do it publicly.
Right, exactly. I've always told my guys.
We're honest if you ask.
Right. I've always told the guys in my band, it's like, when we're out at a show or we're at some event or whatever, it's like, we be courteous and nice, and it's like, but if you have an opinion about something, we can talk about that at the rehearsal space.
Right? That's what fucking practice is for. It's fucking up, doing stupid shit. Nobody has to see nothing.
Right.
That is your private time and space. And for me, I think that's the most appropriate place to air your grievances. It's not going to be on fucking social media.
Right. Absolutely.
And if you want to cancel somebody, understand now that your cancel culture is hilarious. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You didn't subscribe, so how can you cancel it? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Anyway, they don't live our lives. We do. And it's a hard fucking life being in a band, huh?
Yeah. Well,
it ain't easy, man. We have families and lives, and then also we gotta come home and 24 hours a day, have to be either on social media, or in the studio or writing something, being in practice and trying to cook dinner at the same fucking time. Thank God for it. God.
Right.
Right. So it sounds like you've got a really great balance of what you want to do in your life and where you're going.
Well, I'm really.
So with that, what's your? And I asked you in the edited out part, but so what do you have coming up now, and what can we be looking forward to?
Let's see. more shows. The next show is January 10th. It's a benefit show for music education.
And where's that going to be?
January 10th at Brickhouse in Vancouver.
Okay.
Yeah. We're only doing like a 30-minute set because it's a big multi-band, like almost.
Of course.
Yeah.
A lot of us get used to that.
Yeah.
We do.
But looking forward to that, because, music education was a big thing when I was in school,
Well, it was until I got, high school when we had to pay to be in music.
Yeah. See that in Camas, it was provided. So
yeah, I went to Gresham High School. Wasn't far from you.
Yeah,
we're about. Well, I would have been a grade or two below you, but same.
Right. Yeah, and then I studied. Right, and then I studied music at Mount Hood. So
I went to Mount Hood Community College. Woo woo.
Yeah, yeah, but I studied music there at Mount Hood Community, and so the music education thing is very near and dear to my heart. So so I'm very excited about doing that event.
So if if your music career slowed down and you had the objective to do something but still in the industry, what would you
do? I'd probably be very content just being a songwriter.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's like I play guitar every single day. I'm always coming up with one idea. In fact, right now I'm actually working on a Christmas song.
See, I want to do a heavy metal Christmas song so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I also want to do a really creepy ass Halloween one too. This year, it's been a goal the last few years, but unfortunately, shit gets busy and
so
I forget that I'm on the timeline here. But
you know who you need to study then?
Who?
Dee Snider.
What is it?
Dee Snider from Twisted Sister.
So
you need to study him.
Oh, well, most people already know that I own the mechanical rights for The Price. Up there, Stay Hungry. I not only own the rights, but I'm legally allowed to sing it and profit from it. I bought all the rights for that song the best I could. So Dee Snider was one of his first, I swear to God, in Northwest, it must have been one of his first bands. I've been studying him for many years.
Okay.
Very interesting dude.
Okay, so do you realize that he wrote one of the biggest Christmas songs?
Yes.
Yeah, that is sung by Celine Dion.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then I'm sure you're also.
Well, I do. But since you're such a smarty pants, why don't you tell the rest of the class what song that was?
I don't remember what the title is. I don't remember what the title was, but
go look it up. My phone is dead, or I look it up. But I know which one you're talking about because he got a big award for it, and this is after the PMRC whole scandal.
Right, but what was interesting is because he wrote the song, and he told his manager, "This is a Christmas song. I can't sing this song. This is nobody would accept."
But he did do a Christmas.
But he did do it later, right?
He did.
Yeah, he did do it later. But have you also seen his Van Helsing's Revenge, which is his on-stage Halloween show?
Ooh. Now you have stumped the fucking.
It's like so if you.
That is
Van Helsing's Revenge. Check it out. It's really cool. So if you took how theatrical Trans-Siberian Orchestra is with Christmas music? Okay.
Mainly because I know that the guitarists are from Sabotage, which is one of my favorites, and that violinist is closely related. Let's just say my husband might have met her in the past.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
But I've seen them a couple of times live, but Sabotage was one of my favorite bands fucking growing up, and to know that guitarist is playing, that's what really got me interested. They're fucking phenomenal.
Right. Okay. So if you take that kind of setup, where it's an entire show from start to finish. It's a storyline. There's and put that with Dee Snider, and it's all Halloween based.
So like an Operation Mindcrime with like Wednesday 13th.
Yeah.
I want that. See, that in itself is the next Innocence Torn album, Asylum. You guys, I'm not even lying to you. We are Dee Snider, a little bit of probably Pantera and Slayer with Wednesday 13th. That's
cool.
It's gonna be
awesome.
Yeah, it'll be anyway. No, but if you could put like a bunch of that whole shit together and make a show out of it. Okay, so I guess with that stated, have you seen that Chris Angel in fucking oh my god, come on, it's right there. The one who did poison.
Lita Ford.
No. I sang it wrong. It's Alice Cooper. Okay.
Alice Cooper. Okay, yeah.
Have you seen where Chris Angel, the illusionist, and fucking they're getting together to make a show together?
Oh, really? Interesting.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This literally looks like one of the most macabre things. It's so it is so sick.
Yeah.
It's Chris Angel and Alice Cooper in Las Vegas, and I think they've got a residency there. And so they put their two rock shows together, like Chris Angel, the guy who floats on air, and then like Alice Cooper into this whole macabre like storyline.
So is it going to be Alice's band? Or is it going to be Hollywood Vampires?
No. It's Alice Cooper's and his band.
Okay.
And then Chris Angel, the illusionist, doing all of his illusional tricks to Alice Cooper's live show.
Oh, that's cool. That should be fun.
Hell, that's going to be the shit.
Yeah.
I love when bands do that. So we've got about 10 minutes left.
Okay.
I could talk to you for days. You should actually come over for dinner. We've got a lot to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah. Bring your significant other. Let's hang out and have some dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, I would need to, It's like, it's funny. It's like, normally when I do these interviews, it's like, everybody wants to know, how do I do what I do, because I'm sure you're aware, I'm a blind artist. And I'm not 100% blind. I have a little bit of vision left. But so, yeah. So, when I'm not on stage, I need a lot of guidance.
So are you telling me you can't see?
I have
like that kind of blind artist?
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not know that about you.
Yeah. On a good day, like if it's nice, bright and sunny out, I have maybe 10% vision.
What?
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, it's funny, because I've been doing this for so long, and I haven't always been this, been blind. But yeah. So,
you know what? I apologize. I am not.
You don't have to apologize.
No, I mean I'm not insensitive to this. I just actually did not know that, and I don't think anybody who's actually seen you perform would have ever guessed that.
Yeah, I know. That's the funny part.
There's absolutely no way I didn't even know that.
I know, it's funny. So I have a radio show on KXRW, which is in Vancouver.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I have a country radio show.
Shut the front door.
Yeah,
what is that all about?
It's called Blind Country.
No.
It's a 2-hour show. Yeah.
Good for you, dude. I love that for you.
Yeah, and so it's a nonprofit station, but it is an FM station. It's not internet, and so they were doing some fundraising, and my band and the Al Perez band, because Al's a big supporter of the station, we did a show at Georgie's, and it's like none of the radio people had seen me perform. They all knew I was visually impaired, and it's like, so I get up there, they see people like guiding me to the stage and all that stuff, because let's face it, every venue's a dark hole.
I like that dude drinks.
But once I'm on stage and I have my bearings and I know where the mic is and all that kind of stuff, then it's game on, and I do what I've always done.
You're amazing.
And people were like, "Oh my God." It's like, how are you doing that?
I had no idea about that. That's crazy. I never catch that.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you that you were extremely impressive. I don't think anybody would ever know that. I know that you're one of the better.
I have an amazing support group. All the guys in my band are they're like, "Hey, watch out for that." It's like, but it's like I have little tricks that I do. Like on a big stage, it's like, my guitar is wireless. I have a wireless headset mic, so I don't have to find a mic stand on the stage. All that stuff's calculated. And so I don't trip on chords. I don't. Everything's good.
Oh, you're so funny. The only time I've only been on a wired mic once in my life, and that's because James forgot to charge my mic the night before.
Yeah.
I get on stage and I got these big ass boots on, and I'm tripping. Dude, it was so embarrassing. Every time somebody moved that thing, I'd have to move it because they're tripping on it too. I'll never do it again. I'll never do it again. Like, know what you do, what you know.
Right. But but most of it, as far as being visually impaired, it's like I've been doing this for so long that it's muscle memory. It's like I don't have to worry about where my hands are on the guitar. I don't, it's like it just naturally happens.
You're literally playing by heart.
Yeah.
I love this for you. Yeah. Because honestly, I wouldn't know what it was like if I lost my vision. Sometimes I have to close my eyes to hear a hymn or hear the tone or to be able to get my timing on point. Right. But if my eyes were closed all the time, maybe I could actually listen to the rest of the world a little bit better too.
It does make you listen more. Because if you can't, like I can't read facial expressions and things like that, so I have to listen to the influctuation in the voice, so it's very interesting. But like I said, I didn't start losing my vision until I was 35. So I have a lot of visual reference. That's why it's like I can keep eye contact, and even though I can't see your eyes, it's like I know all the etiquette, and I still do that because it's ingrained in me. But I mean, even the people who are aware that I'm visually impaired forget. I go to the doctor and they try to stuff on the screen going, here's your test results here, and I just laugh. It's like
I get it. Like based on your speech patterns, you wouldn't know most people that have hearing problems have somewhat of a deficit. And I'm not putting them down. I, on the other hand, am very hearing impaired. Most people don't know that about me.
Right.
I'm extremely it's hard.
Is that from playing rock and roll?
No. Probably, but no.
Probably.
No. I really think that's from, yelling and screaming growing up. But honestly, I honestly think that my generation just came from a long line of me not paying attention to decibels around me. Right. And it also came from, I think, a lot of jaw issues I've had. I've got a small form of cancer in my jaw, which is changing my teeth structure. And I can't do anything about it. Well, it's really impacted my hearing. So I have learned to read lips. So trust me, bitch, if you were talking shit about me in the corner of some shit-ass bar, I can clearly hear you.
That's funny.
But if you're talking straight, if your back is turned to me, I can't hear you worth shit. If you're looking at me, it's almost like I can hear you better. But I think if I can see your lips, I understand what you're saying way more And a lot of people don't get that about me. So learning tone and intonation wasn't really kind of a hard thing for me, but I really feel
I can imagine.
I'm learning, I'm learning to adapt. And my hearing's getting worse. It's getting a lot worse, I can tell.
So do you use in-ear monitors?
No. I have them. I bought them. We've never used them. And it's just because I feel like I feel it more than I hear it.
Yeah.
Because some of my lyrics are really very dominant in their emotion for me.
Right.
To where sometimes I can barely spit them out because they hurt so bad. I've got to get it fuck out. That's why I'm screaming,
Right.
And then I also get asked sometimes, you might find this funny. I could have been a good country singer, but they're asking me why I can scream the way I do and still have a voice tomorrow, and I'm like, it's because I'm married to James and I got kids.
That's awesome.
Well, at my age, shit. Anyway, enough about me and my bullshit. So you've discussed some shows that you have coming up. Can you tell me where they can find you on social media? I know that we have, and I don't want to take up on you this time.
Okay.
But let me know. I will put all your descriptions in. All your links in the description below. Please go subscribe, share, and subscribe, follow.
Okay.
This band and its band.
All right. So you can find the band page, Dug Cox and Smoke Wagon. It's DUGCOX, and there's a story behind that too, but that'll be for another time. On Facebook, you can find us. We have a YouTube channel under the same name, and of course, Reverb Nation. And I have a very new, slightly used Instagram page. Yeah, slightly used. Yeah.
And that was one hell of a podcast, and a huge shout out goes to Dug Cox. We had such a great time talking, man. This guy is proof that no matter what genre, as long as you're an artist, we all have the same trials, tribulations, and successes out there. A huge thank you to Legacy Entertainment for bringing on the guest this evening. If you are listening on Metal Cross Radio, we just want to say thank you so much for tuning in. We are sorry about the audio tonight. It looks like maybe the reverb was stuck on. I can't really fix it, but here we are anyway, because every Friday night we bring that green room in your living room right here on YouTube as well. So if you're coming back on our YouTube channel, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing. Thank you so much for all your feedback. We absolutely appreciate it. But guys, check this out. Today's sponsor is my band, Innocence Torn. That's right, our brand new, mind-blowing, melt-your-face single, Skull Crusher, is doing so good. It is doing so good, and if you have not heard it, you can get it anywhere you can download music. Go check it out, or go see our lyric video here on YouTube, and I'll link it in the description. All right, guys, next week, are you ready for a banger? We have got Eden on Fire. It is going to literally set your PC, your home TV, and your radio stations on fire. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Stay tuned, because here pretty soon, guys, we've stepped it up a notch. We've got new audio equipment, new video equipment, and a brand new platform. So stay tuned with us. We will see you next Friday night, 8 p.m. Until then, guys, keep those horns up high, that volume at 13, and we will see you then. Good night.